Hey guys, my name is Brianna and this is my 30-week pregnancy update. It's amazing that we are in the 30s now. I feel like when you start your pregnancy updates, if you know relatively early on, the teens seem far away and the 20s seem even farther, and the 30s you're like, it will be forever until I hit that 30-week mark, and we're here. If you're just joining me, this is my second baby. I'm having a little girl and her name is Presley Jane. She'll be joining us in the beginning of May. Her older brother is Landon and he turns 2 in April. So as long as she comes on time, she shouldn't crash her brother's birthday, which I'm hoping she takes her time. But if you are not following me on my Instagram or my Snapchat, I'll insert my Instagram handle and Snapchat username on the screen. Make sure you're following me because that is where you will know first when I go into labor with Miss Presley Jane. But let's dive into the questions that I do every single week because Landon is napping and I'm trying to squeeze this in before he wakes up from his nap. So how far along? 30 weeks, which is still in the 7-month range. Baby girl is the size of a cantaloupe, which she definitely feels like the size of a cantaloupe, probably closer to a watermelon at this point if I'm being honest. She just feels enormous. You'll see in the belly shot. Total weight gain, I am 143 pounds, which means I've gained 21 pounds this entire pregnancy. So far, I would definitely expect to gain a little bit more. When I looked back at my son's blog, when I was just doing pregnancy updates on a blog, I gained 20 pounds this week. So I'm pretty close to where I was. Maternity clothes, yes. I'm wearing maternity pants, you'll see in the belly shot today. My 2 sweaters, it's like less than 20 degrees here in Cleveland. So I was really cold running some errands with my son this morning. So have 2 sweaters on, and they're actually both not maternity, but just because they're really big, bulky sweaters. Stretch marks, still no stretch marks and still using Palmer's at least twice a day. Sleep. I have probably not been getting as much as I should. One of the symptoms I'll talk about is insomnia, and I've also been having really crazy dreams, and we also had some tornadoes this week and just really high winds. So one night I was running back and down, up and forth from the basement with my son Landon and just got the worst night's sleep ever of this entire pregnancy because it was me, my almost 2-year-old, my huge cantaloupe sized belly on a love seat in the basement trying to sleep, and it was not working, guys. Best moment this week, I had a really huge work deadline and it just feels so good to, I think, hit those targets and, you know, reach those deadline days. Anyone else out there who, you know, either whether you're setting a goal or a deadline or something you want to accomplish, you know when you hit that mark, it's just like such a great feeling. So happy that we've reached this final deadline for my work. It was also my younger sister's birthday and she ended up coming up for just to have dinner for a night on her way from some interviews that she had in Pittsburgh because she lives in Cincinnati. And it was nice to see Kaylee and have Landon spend some time with his godmother too. And really looking forward to Presley's Sprinkle is tomorrow. So all in all, I feel like this has just been a really exciting week. Miss anything? I had my fake champagne on the deadline, so it's fine. It totally kind of does the same trick. I am starting to pack my hospital bag though, and one of the things on my list is a bottle of champagne. Movement. So I'm still trying to figure out if she's actually turned with her head down. There's definitely been times where I feel like if her head is down, then I must be feeling her bottom kind of at like the topper side of my belly sometimes, but I'm still not quite sure. It could be her head. I really don't know. I feel like I need to ask my doctor. I don't think I have my next appointment until it's next week. It's not this upcoming week. It's the Tuesday after next. So I'm a little less than 2 weeks away and I want to ask the doctor, how is she facing? Which direction is she? Because I feel like that's also part of my birth plan, which I plan on making a birth plan video, but I had a vaginal delivery with my son, would like to do the same thing. But obviously if your baby is breech or not in the right position, that can be really difficult to accomplish. So I do just kind of want to know where she's at and figure out what either yoga poses or other things I can be doing to help Presley get in the right position so that her and I can rock labor together. Food cravings. So I shouldn't have read my former pregnancy blog because it made me crave something really horrible that's now on my grocery shopping list, but chocolate Lucky Charms. I know they don't sell them everywhere, but they are so good. It's kind of like Cocoa Puffs with marshmallows basically, so not healthy whatsoever, but nonetheless wonderful. I've also been craving pistachios, or like salty nuts is basically what I've wanted. Still peanut butter as well. And I've also really wanted berries and mangoes. So sort of, I guess, a lot of fruits or even some more tropical kind of fruits. Anything making you queasy or sick? No, not this week. Labor signs. I had another really intense contraction last night, which I'm blaming it on myself. I was on the exercise bike and I started a Blog Lottie's video, which any mamas out there, I mean, you can't do all of her videos. There are a lot of ab ones, but I actually think she has some amazing videos that are for your butt, thighs, or arms that you can totally do while pregnant. Just like make sure you're modifying, or what I was doing, I think I pushed myself a little bit too hard. I should have done one of the exercises more lying down instead of propping myself up. And so I stopped. I was like, okay, I'm not pushing myself anymore if I just had a contraction from just using too much energy. So I said to my husband, and he knew it right away because I was like in the middle of doing something and then literally just got on my hands and knees. That's like my go-to position. When I have a contraction, I literally get on my hands and knees. I don't know if any other mamas out there can relate. Let me know in the comments if you've either gone through labor or in your later stages of pregnancy and have had a contraction. Tell me if you get on your hands and knees. I don't know why. That's like my natural instinct of how to get through a contraction. But yeah, I think that would be just kind of starting to have some labor signs here, which I don't think is abnormal going into the 30-week range, but definitely want to drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, and make sure that Miss Presley cooks in there for as long as possible. Other symptoms, I mentioned insomnia was back, which I'm hoping that goes away. I feel like I was having it for a while and then it went away for a couple weeks, and because I'm so exhausted from having a toddler and working and all of this extra stuff I've been doing, I feel like I've actually been sleeping so much better than I did my first pregnancy, and so the insomnia just killed me this last week. So I'm hoping that goes away. Heartburn is still really horrible, and I actually feel like it's definitely intensified. I'm eating much smaller meals or snacks than I was at the beginning of this pregnancy, and it's truly just because it doesn't matter how bland it is or how much I try to prevent the heartburn. It just, you know, your internal organs only have so many places to go. So clearly my stomach is just up at this point and giving you really bad heartburn. Belly button in or out? It's totally out. You will see in the belly shot. And if you watch my other pregnancy updates, you know how, for some reason, I think it's really gross. But I know it comes with the territory, and I think pregnant bellies are beautiful, but for me, maybe it's just how my belly button personally lies, since it's generally in complete innie. When it's popped out, it just reminds me of like a third nipple, and I just think it looks so weird when I'm not wearing like an over the belly pair of pants. Okay, here is the 30-week belly shot. Just from the front, it's kind of hard to see, I think, since I'm wearing black. You can see definitely side bump. And here's the belly from the front. She is getting so huge. See the full belly. The other side. She's getting to be a big girl. Wedding rings on or off? They're still on. Happy or moody most of the time? I would say really happy. I just feel like I am really happy. I feel like I'm trying to soak up and enjoy every moment as a family of 3 before Presley comes. We went outside after I was finally done working and actually filmed a haul. I like worked till 5:30, filmed a haul. Adam and Landon got home right around like 5:40, so I was almost finished filming. And I right away threw him in some winter clothes. We went outside and played in the snow. We tried to build a snowman. It didn't really turn out so well. But I'm just enjoying these moments when it's like, okay, I have one little one to get into their winter gear, and it's all about him and us making him happy. And I know when he has Presley, he's such a social boy and he's so loving. I just know he will be the best big brother, and ultimately in the long run, having a sibling will be so good for him. But as a mama, I'm really enjoying just spoiling him and only having to give my attention to one little one instead of trying to figure out how to properly balance attention. And I think I've spoken about this in some of my other videos. That is like one of my big pieces of anxiety, of just ensuring that this transition goes well. And I'm still reading a lot of advice and theories, so if you have any advice on how to really balance attention between 2 children or more siblings, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions or advice if you've been through it, just because I love Landon to pieces, and I obviously love this little girl so much. She's not in our world yet where he sees her. I'm not having to give her that attention that I know she's going to require when she's a newborn. It's just a lot going through my mama mind right now, and I'm probably totally psyching myself up. I know I can do it, and I'll do my best. Like, that is the most I can promise myself, is I will do my best so that Landon feels very, very loved and this little girl feels very, very loved too. Well, that is the end of my 30-week pregnancy update. Please subscribe if you're new and would like to see more pregnancy updates as well as mommy videos, lifestyle videos. I've been doing a lot of home decor and organization videos thrown in the mix lately too, because we did just move into a new home about 3 months ago now. And I'd love to have you join this community. I feel like I have the kindest people who are always not only being really supportive, but helping others and giving advice. And it's really cool to be a part of this community and space here on YouTube. And for those of you who shared your story with me, you know I'm praying for you, and I will continue to do so. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.